Hi, I'm Gina Jackson with Cornerstone Home Lending, and today we're going to give you a strategy on how to make your offer on a new home the strongest one out there and get it accepted. So are you ready for the tip or the strategy? Pay cash now, mortgage later. Yeah, that's right. I said pay cash now, mortgage later. That's also in our market called delayed financing. It's basically a refinance. But why we're seeing it as an important strategy right now is in this market, cash is king. Why is cash king and why is it important? Well, for the seller, it makes your offer that much stronger because you're taking the contingencies out of the contract. So you're taking out your financing contingency, meaning you might not have to, you're not getting a loan, so you don't have to get a loan approval. You're taking your appraisal contingency out of the contract. Sometimes you're even seeing people take inspections out of the contract. So that cash offer is going to be the one that goes to the top of the pile in this seller's market. So how do we achieve this? Number one is you receive the cash to come to closing from a family member, a third party, but it's not your own funds. In that instance, you have to wait 6 months before you can do the refinance. And it's a cash out refinance. Option number two is that you have your own funds to come to cash, whether it's cash to closing, whether it's cash, you get a margin loan on your marketable securities, you deplete a retirement account or take a loan against a retirement account. So they're your own funds. In that instance, you don't have to wait 6 months to do the refinance. It's still a cash out refinance, but it's called delayed financing. And you don't have to wait 6 months, which is really important in this market because rates are rising. The third way to achieve this, and really the best strategy that we're recommending, is that you have a third party, you get a private loan for closing. So to the seller, it's cash. You're coming to closing with cash, but you're not getting a loan from a traditional mortgage lender. It's either a family member or a third party. I even had someone have their boss give them a third party loan. You close it, and then immediately we go into a rate and term refinance because the loan that party is doing on the loan, they're securing with a note and deed of trust. So it becomes a secured real estate loan, which is a rate and term refinance, not a cash out refinance. Again, you can do that immediately. We're working on about 4 right now, and one gentleman closed on his house last week with the private loan. We were able to go ahead and lock the rate and term refinance to protect his rate, and we'll close it in a couple of weeks. So those are the 3 ways that you can pay cash now and then refinance. So why is a rate and term refinance better than a cash out refinance? Well, rates on a rate and term refinance are typically better and lower than a rate on a cash out refinance. Lenders look at them differently. And also in Texas, the home equity laws are very restrictive. So if you paid cash and then either had to wait the 6 months or didn't and did a cash out refinance, you can't get another cash out refinance for 12 months. You also can't have a home equity loan behind a cash out refinance or another home equity. So again, the third strategy is the best in order to have the rate and term refinance. So it's really important to meet with a seasoned, experienced, reputable local lender like myself to get you pre-approved, because the last thing you want to do is pay cash with one of these strategies and then you're not approvable for a refinance. Now you've just lost your cash or someone else's cash, and that's not a great position to be in. So really important to have that pre-consultation before you pay cash for a house. Lastly, it's always better to do a purchase than use one of these strategies. We're suggesting these strategies if you got to close in 7 days. We close loans in 10 to 14 days all the time, but if you had to close a loan in less than 7 days, by law, we have to wait 7 days before we close you. But with that being said, it's always best to do a purchase because, again, the rate might be a little better than a refinance, and you don't have double the closing costs, and there's no risk. So whether it's a refinance or a purchase, please call us. We'd love to help. And if you liked what you heard today and have questions or want to hear my future tips, please subscribe to my channel.